Adam, the non-match unbeaten run comes to a bit of a shuddering halt here. Was that just a case of too many errors too soon and too much of a mountain to climb to get back into it?
Yeah. Look, I think the first thing I'll say is you don't get too high with the highs and you don't get too low with the lows, and we've done really well in that unbeaten run. And the lads, I suppose their mindset in going into games has been brilliant during that run. But you can't come out the blocks that slow. You turn up, the pitch is what it is, but it's the same for both sides. You just can't come out that slow, and we did, and it took the game away from us. Even if you go in at 1 or 2, you're sort of okay with that because of what we've done over that run. But yeah, that was a steep hill to climb today, and I think the most frustrating part for both of us and the players is we conceded from our own mistakes, and we were punished for that today.
And I guess it comes back to two things. The first one, coming from a corner, when you're playing on this pitch in this wind, I guess set pieces are going to be crucial, and to concede from the first one, I guess set the tone badly.
Yeah, it did, and you come away from the result on Tuesday night where we've defended incredibly manfully, had less of the ball, so that becomes a standard. We said to the boys, things that will change, officiating, pitches, opposition, but one thing that can't change are our standards, and we need to defend that better. Just one of those things.
And then I guess it's the most frustrating part, the fact that those 3 goals have come in such quick succession, but actually it was almost like the same goal 3 times.
Yeah.
Is that the biggest frustration, that it was not learning lessons?
Yeah, and that's it. We've been saying for a few weeks now, you win or you learn. You don't learn too much from winning, other than that you've got a decent mentality. Today, in those conditions, I don't even know what miles per hour the wind was in that first half, but we said you have to go direct, and you've got to turn balls in, although that's not the Hinckley AFC way. It needed to be to keep them out of our half, and come into the half either up or level, because then in the second half you've got far more of a chance of getting a result. We didn't do that. We tried to probably be a little bit too cute today, so lesson learned.
Lesson learned. I guess ahead of, you come away to sort of tough pitches, and not every ground's going to have a nice 3G that we've got at home, so I guess it's that lesson learned, and you don't want to see a repeat of that next time we come away.
Yeah, and I don't think we will, because the lads learn from things quite quickly. The thing, perspective to come back to, is what we did on Tuesday night. You had far less of the ball, we defended incredibly well, and we counter-attacked really well. That shouldn't need a 3G for us to be able to do it. I think today it was just a case of we gave ourselves far too much to do, and from our own doing, which we will correct.
We've spoken before about starting games quite slowly. It's quite a lot of games now in the last month or so where we've conceded the first goal. How do you go about trying to sort of fix that and make sure it doesn't keep happening?
Yeah, I think we've got to look inwards at ourselves, as a collective group of both players and management, in respect of, that's a concentration thing. That's not the lads doing things slowly as such, but it is a concentration thing. And from that first 10 or 15 minutes, especially against Ayleston in the week, we had that concentration. Against some of the sides where you look at the table and go, oh, this potentially should be a game that we win, which should be the vast majority, we've tended to start that way. And we just need to look inwards and have a word with ourselves on that one.
Bit of perspective, I guess. 10 games you've been here now, this is the first defeat. I guess if we'd asked you before Pershaw and your first game that it'd be your first defeat, I guess you'd have taken that.
Yeah. Nah, we want to win every game. I was asked, obviously, by yourself, what do we prioritise? We prioritise winning games, and I think when you do the right things, and this is what the lads have said themselves as they've come in, when we do the right things we tend to win. So defeat hurts, and so it should, but obviously massive appreciation to the fans travelling all the way across here, and that they were looking at it themselves and going, today's going to be one of them days, isn't it? And I think maybe that's set in. So yeah, brilliant run. Didn't really want it to come to an end. No, we're not happy with it, but it's a bit of perspective, yeah.
And a word on the fans. I mean, there was a fairly warm appreciation at the end. I guess respect for the efforts of the last sort of hour or so, where scored 2 goals, came close to a third, and had maybe Will's shot dipped just under the bar. That might have made it quite interesting.
Yeah, and we've hit the bar a couple of times, haven't we? It's just, the fans are incredible. They support us when we've gone down in those games as well, you can still hear them, and you can still hear them spurring us on, even from all the way over the other side, where the referee didn't seem to be able to hear as much today when we were asking him to speed things up. We just gave ourselves too much to do, but their appreciation, however we've asked the lads to play, and the travelling support and home support has been incredible, and it makes it enjoyable. And while today's frustrating, and it is, when we've had a chance to do the hour and 15-minute drive home, I think we'll look back on what we've done over the last 10 games since we've come in positively.